Got a question here from Justin. Justin says this: you have stated that you wished you had taken more time off from training when competing at a high level. Yeah. I always thought I could just keep, while you were taking your 6 weeks off, I would get ahead of you. And the truth was I didn't. If and when should someone training 3x52, so 3 times a week, 52 times a year, for general physical preparedness, take time off? And then he gives us context, but the answer is real simple for me. For context, he's 51, 6 foot, 185 pounds. Well, that's good shape. ER nurse, and have 2 middle school age kids. I've been there. I generally feel beat up and tired, but train consistently. Good for you. I recently switched from 5x52, 5 workouts a week, 52 weeks a year, to 3x52, and I've noticed no positive or negative difference. Now, for me, if I lift weights 3 days a week, that's my house. That's where I get my best work done. I train 5 to 7 times a week, but I do a bunch of other things too: original strength, rucking, walking. Some of the stuff I do as a coach is a lot more physical than you'd imagine. I typically train with kettlebell workouts such as the humane burpee. I have well-stocked home gym, including barbells. Sleep averages 7 hours, but I strive for more. But 7's really good. But, like I keep telling people, 9's better. My diet is reasonable, but I could always use more veggies. To change things up, I just started your hypertrophy and mobility program. That's a good program. I also have to deal with my fasting blood glucose and A1C creeping up. Just adding your plan of fast, black coffee, train, then walk, helped me drop 10 pounds and improve my lab numbers. Yeah, that's Justin. That actually, of all the things you said here, man, that's the most important. Here in the States, I just recommended Lyle McDonald's new book. It's on Amazon, available on Amazon. It's about, he uses GLP-1 or something like that. Ozempic, okay. And it makes me happy to see that you can do it with fasting, black coffee, train, then walk to lose 10 pounds. That's very good, especially having middle school kids and being an ER nurse. Okay, so let's get back to the question. When should you take time off if you're just a hardworking guy like Justin who goes in the gym 3 days a week? I think there's natural breaks in the year. For one thing, and now if you read online, there's 2 ways to look at vacations. One is that you should still train in vacations. Others is you should not. To me, vacation's a great time to stop lifting weights. Now, when I drove to Vermont last year, I brought my Olympic barbell bumper plates, and I Olympic lifted on the side of the road in Canada, Iowa, Nebraska, of course, North Carolina, Vermont. Because I was getting ready for an Olympic lifting meet, and I didn't want to lose that time because I was gone for 6 weeks. For some of us, a vacation is the only time you actually ever get to vacate, and I think there's value. For many of us, for many of the gentlemen listening who have boys, a vacation might be the only time in the year that you don't talk to your son and just don't give him orders. Do your homework, pick up your room, that kind of thing. There's also some natural other breaks. I have, because of Thanksgiving here in the States, I was talking with Lyle. I just recommended his book. I always joke that the United States now has an eating holiday from Halloween to Super Bowl Sunday, and then people are amazed that they have a hard time losing body fat. Well, yeah, you can't go October, November, December, January, and now February on high carb, lots of sugar, crap meals, and then expect to magically whisk it away with a set of swings. It would take 2 sets of swings. So naturally, I would say vacation. That's what I want you to do. If there is a week in the year, like for you, December, Christmas, New Year's, Halloween, Thanksgiving, or some natural time of year. As a teacher, it was always easy because, we had finals, and I used to back off train on finals. Later, I started training during finals because I found that working out during finals actually lowered my stress levels. But I would first look at the natural ones. So what I always recommend is go to one of those office stores and get yourself that big year at a glance calendar. They're usually the smallest would be about this big. And I always recommend using 3 color pens. I would go through and X out with red the days of the year where you can't work out. Now, I don't know what they are for you. Naturally, for me, it would be like Christmas Day. It's funny, I hope no one I love hears this, but I will put yellow marks, which are caution days, on their birthdays. I'm still going to train on my daughter's birthdays, and that's just the way it is. But you take red marks. If you're an accountant, here in the United States, I would say, the last couple of weeks of March, the first couple of weeks of April, those are probably just going to be X'd out days. You're going to be working. As an ER nurse, I guarantee the months of the year where things are worse. Maybe you can X out a few of those days. I've heard, for example, that there's certain holidays that are very busy. Obviously, any of the holidays that involve driving or any of the holidays that involve families getting together seem to end up with a lot of ER visits. Then you take a yellow pen and you go through and I just got to keep an eye on this. And then you go green is when you really push it. Green is with those natural times of year where you're going to get those 3 workouts in a week and you're take care of business without any obvious apparent distractions. That's what I did when I was really busy. I don't do it as much now. When I take my natural breaks now, I used to train when I would do workshops. Now I don't anymore because I feel like that's a natural break. I do have to adjust my fasting with workshops on the weekend. I have to adjust my workouts with my fasting before I go away on a weekend. But it's not bad. And, if I do something like what I've been doing lately is the day before I fly, I fast all day. I have a really hard workout 2 nights before I leave, and then I fast the whole day before I leave. And then I let the airlines feed me for a day. So that's how I would do it. If none of that helped, maybe certainly deload at least once a month, like every 4th week. Just ease back on load and reps. That's a real simple way to give you almost all the benefits of taking pure time off. Or if that doesn't work out for you, every 3rd month, take a week off naturally. What you're going to find is life, for most of us when we have middle school children, life has a way of giving you some rest periods. Okay. Hey, great question, and thank you. All right.